Everyone, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Eagle Team of Unlimited Profits. We're very, very fortunate to have a gentleman with us today, extremely well documented in a number of companies, and especially in this one. He's the master distributor, but he's also the top money earner. He just doesn't ever claim that, but he has to work just as hard to do that as anybody else would. He has the same rules and the same compensation plan. So he's certainly in a great position to advise us. And when I asked him to do this, I said, "Listen, we've got a little team together here of pros, but they span around the world. We have people in different cultures. We have the Native American culture. We have the Latino culture, Italian culture. We have people from Australia. We have people on this team from Switzerland and Austria, Germany that speak 5 languages." We really have a good foundation to build a very, very large team. So what I wanted to do was try to get duplication started on the team. And I thought there's not a better person to help us with that than Robert Hollis Jr. So I've asked him, what do we need to do individually and collectively as a team to become the most prosperous and largest, fastest duplicating team, fastest growing team in this company. So with that, I'm gonna mute and let Mr. Robert Hollis Jr. take over.
Well, awesome, Bob. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Perfect, perfect. Well, Bob, thank you so much for setting this up, and also the honor to be able to speak to everybody on the team, and also, just be working with you guys directly. I was super excited to do this because I know, Bob's been kind of behind the scenes and, always one of my favorite people to work with and a close personal friend. And, I really wanted to reach out to not only him, but, his entire group and make sure that not only do we all really know each other, but also so you know that you can reach out to me personally anytime for anything. I think the biggest thing people get the misconception of is that, oh my gosh, Robert Hollis Jr. is too busy. He doesn't have time to take my calls, or he doesn't have time to do hangouts with me. And that's by far, not true. I do get very, very busy, but, I just live by my calendar. The more that you guys can just schedule times with me and I can always set them aside, I'm always here to help. And some of you do know better than others that, I respond to my Facebook messages very, very quickly. And I just want to make sure everybody knows that they can reach out to me directly. If you guys can see on the chat over here on the right-hand side, I will actually put my phone number there as well, so you guys can have direct access to me. I know there's some people that are from, different parts of the world, and you don't ever always have a chance to call, but, Facebook's always available. I always got it on my phone, so you guys can reach out to me there for any time for anything. So, the first thing that I just really, really want to convey to everybody is very simply is being a product of the product. And what I mean by that is that, the more that you can take the time to go through the material, the more that you can understand and learn this stuff. I've been noticing as far as people in the back office and just people in the company as a whole, there's a direct relation between how much money somebody making or how much success they're making versus how many videos that they've been watching. Melody Riva, I'm sure all of you know her well. She's, the top income earner right now. And, she lives and dies by those videos, man. I mean, she's the kind of person that's been through the pro mentorship. I actually spoke with her last week. And this is her 5th time going through the pro mentorship and taking notes. And, when I say that, do you think that's by accident that she's the #1 income earner right now? So, that's one of the things that we used to always tell people is that you've got to be a product of the product. And why? I'm sure you've heard my father say this plenty of times, but facts tell, stories sell. See, the more that you can come from the heart of actually genuinely trying to help somebody and share with them something that can help them, that's when you'll have success. And, I want to give you guys an example because there's a book out there. It's called Jab, 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 Right Hook. It's by a gentleman named Gary Vaynerchuk. And, basically the premise of the book is if you guys all go out right now and you look on the internet or just any experiences that you've had in network marketing as a whole, what do 99.9% of network marketers do? They pitch and they sell, right? Here's my link, buy my stuff, show up to a meeting so you can buy my products. Where in reality, if you want to build a huge $1 million business, you have to give. You have to give, you have to help, you have to build relationships and value in those relationships, because now when it comes time for them to, want to work with you, of course everybody's going to want to work with you because you were the person that took the time to help them. And, the more you're a product of the product and believe in what we're doing here, and not only believe in what we're doing, but believe it can help other people. See, once you get to the standpoint that, there's a big difference between, hey, Bob, listen, I really need you to check out this free training, because when you go through the free training, it's like 60 to 70% of people that watch the free training decide to upgrade, and that means I get $50 a month off you. Now, I know, people aren't saying that, but how many people can always tell somebody that, how would you say it, has an ulterior motive, or somebody that's a salesperson? Versus saying, Bob, listen, I've got this training that's changed my life. It inspired me. It motivated me. Whatever your story is. And listen, I think this can really help you and your family out. You should really take a look at it. And, I think people get caught up so much in facts. I see all the time when people are trying to reach out to people, and it's like, hey, listen, Paul, you really need to check out this thing, Unlimited Profits, because they got this, this guy that's created 45 millionaires. His name's Robert Hollis, and we give away 200 hours of training for free, and that training you can share on your blogs or capture pages that puts people into a funnel system, and then you can monitor their progress through a contact manager. It's like, really? Fact, 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 fact. See, the more that you can just tell stories. Hendra right now, if you guys seen, she recently just hit triple diamond with the company. And it's funny because she says all she does is just tell her stories. And people want to join. See, I know we've got an amazing system here, but Bob can attest to this, is when you have an amazing story, then, people will join and they won't even know what's going on. They watch an incredible story of a testimonial or something, and they go, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Where's the link? I want to sign up. And it's like, well, listen, don't you want to learn about our products first? No, hey, I'll figure that out later. Don't you want to learn how to make money? No, if everybody else is making money, I'm sure I can. I'll figure that stuff out later. So, the more that you can just tell stories and convey that excitement with people that this training is really, really going to help them. Now, the second thing that you want to do is pass it off to somebody else as quickly as you can. I don't know how many people have actually seen this training. Maybe I can just write it up here very quickly. But you got to use an expert from afar. You have to. If you guys are not using an expert from afar, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Honestly. And, I still use this method, believe it or not. But basically, there's 3 things that people go through when looking at a business opportunity. One is, does it make sense? Well, yeah, duh. What we're doing here obviously makes sense. That's easy. The second one, is it documented? Well, my father's taught 45 people how to make $1 million, and now you go to my YouTube, and we've got so many people that are having success right out the gates that we're documented right now. So those 2 things are easy. The third thing, and the biggest reason why people fail, is can I or do I want to do this? So I'll explain it 2 different ways. Do I want to? See, what a lot of people think is they need to learn all the facts. Where in reality, the less you know sometimes, there's ignorance on fire and knowledge on ice. Because you want somebody to look at you and go, oh my gosh, if they can do it, I can do it. So, I put up on my page the other day, and, I'm not sure if my father wants me to share it all tonight on the Pro Show, but this is actually what I was going to talk about. But, I put up there, anybody can finish this statement. I don't know. All I know is ... blank, fill in the blank. And it actually amazed me on how many pros put in an answer there that wasn't correct. And very simply, the only correct answer is tell a story. You can handle every objection. You can handle every question in the world by using this format. So I'll give you guys another story. Is when, me and Bob were in another company together, and I was, in that company Diamond, and I was making $3,000 a week. I never once did a presentation. I never once did a training. All I knew is that I was a professional body dragger. I was just super, super excited. I was really good at telling stories, and I just made sure I got more people in front of my father than anybody else. And that's, sorry to kind of jump off track here, but you guys got to be master promoters. The more people that you can get on the live lead calls, the company overview, the Q&A, the pro shows, you're just going to win, bottom line. So people would get done after the meetings. And they go, listen, Robert, I'm really excited, but I got some questions. And I'm like, sure, what's up? Well, how exactly does the product work? We were in a health and wellness company. I heard all these facts about how the product, but can you explain to me how it works? And I'd go, I'm a high school dropout. I'm not a scientist or a doctor. All I know is the product makes me feel really, really good. And if you talk to Bob, if you talk to Melody, if you talk to Troy, they've got amazing stories on how the products help them. But if you want to learn all the scientific facts and actually how it works, you got to talk to Mike. He's a product specialist. Okay, fair enough. Well, listen, we really want to make a lot of money, so can you explain the comp plan to us? Once again, I'm sorry. I'm a high school dropout. I'm not a mathematician or an accountant. All I know is the more people I bring in, the bigger my checks get. I got like 5 people underneath me now that are making like, $1,000 a week. You can talk to Bob. He'll tell you his story. But if you really want to know the facts on the comp plan, I got to introduce you to Tony. He's the comp plan master. He can explain all about it. And people would look at me and laugh. They're going, wait a second. So you're making $3,000 a week right now? Yeah. And you can't explain to me how your product works or how you get paid? No, but I know I are going to be a millionaire. And people would look at me and go, if he can do it, I can do it. See, if I would have sat down with him and goes, oh my gosh, yeah, well, listen, the product does this, this in your body, and it does this and does this and does this and this. So they're looking at me going, wow, so to make $3,000 a week, I got to be a scientist like this guy? Or same thing with the comp plan. So the more that you can tell stories, and I don't know how many people have seen this, and I'm just not going to assume that you've seen this, but this is a system that's been working all the way back from the Bible. Not to touch on anybody's spiritual beliefs, but it says, a prophet's not welcome in his own hometown. And what does that mean? My father, I always love telling this story, is, I remember going over to my, aunt and uncle's house for Thanksgiving one year. And here's my father. He rolls up in a Platinum Edition Escalade, the only one in Montana, making millions of dollars a year. And we walk up and my uncle goes, hey, listen, I'm glad you're here, Bobby. That's what the whole family calls him, Bobby, the auto mechanic. And he says, listen, my lawnmower keeps having this weird ticking noise. Can you look at it for me? And I thought my uncle was about to punch my dad. Because he goes, you know what? Reaches in his pocket, I think pulls out like $300-400, I don't know exactly how much it was, and handed him $400 and says, go buy another lawnmower. I'm not an auto mechanic anymore. Now, but that's the way he looks at it. See, even my friends still look at me as Robert the Skater. So on that aspect of can I do it, or do I want to do it, or can I do it? See, even people that are polished, I always, another story for you guys is that, you guys have all seen me do the company overview on Tuesdays. It's made me over $1 million. And my friends would ask me, what do you do for a living, man? I'd pull up in a brand new Mercedes. Oh my gosh, it's funny that you asked, because there's this book called Think and Grow Rich, and it talks about the principles, other people's ideas, other people's efforts, other people's money. I do the presentation I've been practicing on for years, and you know what my friends tell me? Oh man, I don't think I can do this. I'm like, what? Why do you mean? Man, you remembered a bunch of facts, you dress better now, you're confident, you're good at speaking, you speak in front of others. If I got to do what you do, there's no way I can do this. See, I would even mess up. See, your goal is to get to pass them off to somebody as quickly as possible. So in this diagram, say this is your prospect. right? And my camera's inverted, so you guys will have to bear with me here. And what happens here is they might know, like, and trust you, right? If you guys are building a relationship with them on Facebook, whether you know them or whatever, they know, like, and trust you. It could be a family member, a friend, whatever, right? But the problem is they might not respect you as a business owner. They know you, they love you, but just like my uncle looked at my father, he's Bobby the auto mechanic. And all you simply have to do is, by telling stories, is edify. Edify the expert. And it's funny because when we used to do this, and I know Bob knows this, because we used to run ads in the newspaper. And my father taught us that as we're answering the phones, we're saying, hey, we're looking for high quality people, and they would have questions. And we'd say, listen, honestly, I don't know the answers to your questions, but my job is to introduce you to Bob Klein. I'm telling you what, this Bob Klein guy, he is sharp, he's motivated, he knows all the answers to your questions, he can help you get started. He's got a huge heart, he loves helping people, but I can't answer your questions, but I can't wait for you to meet Bob. This guy is amazing, he's funny, you're going to love him. Okay, and Bob was not more than 6 feet away from me in the other cubicle. Listen, I don't know. All I know is you got to meet this guy, Robert. He can. Am I right, Bob? Yeah. So all it is just edifying somebody else, because if you edify them properly, they'll respect that other person. They'll listen to them. If you guys are watching this. So they trust you. All you got to do is edify an expert by telling stories, and now all of a sudden they respect that person. And the faster that you can pass off and have somebody else, Bob, have myself, set up a hangout with them, do a 3-way call. I love hangouts, guys. I barely do 3-way calls anymore because, in this day and age, as soon as you can get on a Google Hangout like this with somebody and get to know them and smile and look at them in the eyes, it's really a game changer. We get that instant connection right away. Because now, always people go, well, what exactly do I got to do to make money? I don't know. What did Bob do to you? Well, he reached out to me, he asked me the $1 million question. Do you know anybody that needs to make extra money? Or whatever, the $1 million question can be, do you know anybody that wants to learn how to make money online? Do you know anybody that wants to be mentored by a millionaire? Whatever the question is on the $1 million question. And I said, yeah. So then he told me some stories about how this training is just changing people's lives, and got me to check out some videos, and it looked really interesting. I was ready to, had a lot of questions and wanted to make money, and then he put me on a hangout with you. I don't know, can you do what Bob did to you? What? So all I got to do is find people who want to make money, show them the videos, and then put them on a hangout with you or Bob, and you'll answer their questions, help them sign up, and train them? Yeah, I'm in. That's all I got to do? And that's where the magic sauce is, ladies and gentlemen. So, the other thing that I really wanted to promote with everybody, going forward, and I'll open it up for everybody that has questions, is, properly on how to use Facebook. See, you guys got to take the time to build relationships with people. Find out what you can do to help them, offer them free training, because going back to the book, a jab, 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 right hook. When you're helping people and you're reaching out and telling stories and offering them something free, they're going to want to work with you. See, because people are so used to pitching and selling. That's all everybody does. Oh, hey, check out this link, blah, blah, blah. I've had people that joined and they're going, okay, what's the catch? No catch. I'm just trying to help you out with some free training. Go to their page, like their photos, comment on some things, show that you actually care. And it's amazing how the response that you'll get. And, other than that, it's just bottom line numbers. So I want to share with you guys something really quickly. It's kind of a game plan that I do with people And you know, I just want you guys to understand, because you know, this is internet marketing. If you're just doing it 100% cold market, which I understand, you know, you might have had a lot of people tell you no, and that's okay. But if you're doing it by just building relationships with people, you've got to be able to understand where you need to go as far as your goals, and how to accomplish that. And you know, I always love bringing up the story of Scott Kloster. You know, because Scott Kloster is a guy that once I shared this with him, he said, wow, so all I got to do is build relationships with people online. People don't care what you know until they know that you care. Yeah. Once I feel like we've got an okay relationship and I found, you know, where their needs are, what I can do to help them, then offer them the free training by, you know, asking them the $1 million question. Okay. And he goes, all right, well, my goal is to build a relationship with 20 new people a day. 20 new people. Now, do you guys, by show of hands, think that's a reasonable goal? Yeah, with Facebook nowadays, I've even asked them. I said, well, how long does it really take you to reach 20 new people a day? He goes, well, it really depends. Sometimes it could take me an hour. Sometimes it might take me 3 hours. You know, maybe it takes me time to build it. You know, it's a good conversation, or the people take a long time to get back to me. But my goal is 20 new people that I talk to a day. So if you think about that, what is that? That's 200, 600 new people a day that he's talking to. Not a day, month, I'm sorry. And Scott Kloster, his first month with unlimited profits, he made $1,200 in residual income. $1,200. Because I get people all the time, it's like, well, I talked to 10 people, I got 3 leads, and I didn't get any pro signups. Might want to step the numbers up just a little bit. Yes, Scott's Black Diamond already. Scott now is almost making $2,000 a month residual income just by staying consistent. So now, and this is what I, you know, because if you have a goal of what you're trying to do, and you know, but before I even go into this, to go back into duplication, you know, the faster that you guys can pique the interest of somebody, get them to watch the information and pass them on to me and Bob. You know, the faster you can do that, the better off you are. And now you just got to understand is, what is your goal? What is your goal, and what do you want to accomplish? So without going through with everybody really quickly, it's funny because as many game plans that I've done with people, there's this number of $3,000 a month that just keeps coming up. I think it's maybe like the standard, you know, around the U.S. or in general, that's a decent full-time income and would get most people to be able to quit their job. $3,000. So you can just say, wow, I want to make $3,000 a month, but what do you have to do to get to $3,000 a month? Does anybody know? Nobody. See, you gotta, if that's what your goal is, you gotta figure out how to get there. Wouldn't you guys agree? Yeah, if your goal was to drive from here to New York, wouldn't you figure out first how many miles it was? And then after you figure out how many miles it was, you would estimate, you know, by depending if you know you drive fast or you drive slow, how many hours it would take you to get there. And after you figured out the hours, you might want to figure out, wow, how much gas is that going to take? So I set aside, I don't want to, you know, set off to drive from here to New York with $200 in my pocket and find out that it takes $300 worth of gas to get there. Now you're just stuck on the side of the road. See, I feel like people all the time, they'll, you know, even if you have a Ferrari, you know, you jump in a Ferrari and I'm going to get to New York, and you just hit the gas and just fly. You're working you're going wide open, 100 miles an hour. And then all of a sudden you get to this place, and you know, coming from California, and there's a giant roadblock in the way. I'm like, what the heck is this? I'm trying to get to New York, and they go, can I see your passport? What? Yeah, you need your passport to get to Mexico. Yeah, when you pull out a map? So here, and I'll share this with you guys. So to get to $3,000 a month, now this doesn't include override residual on your entire group. That's just a bonus, okay? But you need 60 pros. You just need 60 pros. So there's 2 ways of looking at that. One, if it's up to be, it's up to me. I will go out and I will get 60 pros myself. I need to get $3 grand a month because I need to quit my job. I need to spend more time with the family. I need to do what it takes. So I'll get 60 by myself. Now, I know Bob Klein personally. I've seen him personally sponsor more than 60 people in our last company. So is that possible? Yes, absolutely. But here's another way to think about it. Could you get 12? If you got 12 people personally, that means what? You get 4 check matches. And if you could get 12 and help 4 of those people get 12, there's your 60 pros. Now you're making $3 grand a month. And if you have that, if your goal is to make $3 grand a month, you should have 60 written down. That's your goal, whether you have to do it or help other people in your group get it. You know, what if you got 3 and found a Bob Klein and he just went out and got 50? Great, you still got to 60, right? So now what I want everybody to do, and this is just for yourself. Why do I say this? Is because you can't improve on what you can't measure, and you can't set a realistic goal of how to obtain that if you can't see where you're measuring up. So what everybody should do is take a piece of paper and write. I know I got a lot of scribbling all over this piece of paper, but 3 boxes, if you guys can see this, 3 boxes on a piece of paper, and those boxes should be just about big enough to fit 3 numbers in there. And next to the first box is peak of interest. How many people did I pique the interest of this week? The next box is how many leads did I get, and how many people did I get to watch the videos? How many people went in the back office and actually checked out what we had to offer? And the third box is how many pros did I get? And why I want you guys to do this, because you'll understand it. Has anybody seen my training on momentum? I think I still got that piece of paper around here somewhere. Anyways, I'll get to that in a second. So now if you wrote down, oh my gosh, so I piqued the interest of 30 people. I got 10 leads, and one of my leads went pro. Awesome, you did a great job this week. You got a pro. So Bob, your goal was to, and I know this isn't Bob's goal, but Bob, so your goal is to make $3 grand a month, right? Yeah. That's awesome. So if you stay on this current track, that means in 60 weeks from now, you'll be able to quit your job. 60 weeks? That seems like a long time. Well, what if, just what if, you pique the interest of 60 people this week? That means you could possibly get 20 leads and 2 pros. Now you cut it down. Now you can quit your job in 30 weeks. Because what happens is, and if that's all you're doing, I'd rather people just stay consistent and do the numbers that they feel comfortable with than some people go wide open, they do all this work, they get some pros, and then they stop. Because what happens is, if anybody's seen this, you know, this is the momentum circle. The first is potential. Wouldn't you guys all agree that you all have potential to make money and unlimited profits? Yeah, I mean, if we've got, you know, old, young, female, male, you know, people from, you know, Canada, Norway, Australia, South America, people that don't even speak English, people that speak Spanish that are all making money, you guys can all make money. The potential is there, right? Now, the second thing is you just got to go take action. You just got to take action. And once you get results, your belief goes up. So imagine you know you got the potential, so you go take action, and you got your 1 lead, or your 30 people, or 10, and you know everybody's numbers will fluctuate. Oh my gosh, you got results. This is actually working. Your potential goes up, and once your potential goes up, oh my gosh, so I talked to 30 people, and I got a pro. What if I talked to 90 a week? Oh my God! Then that means I could be getting 3 pros a week? Because now your belief goes up and your action gets better. But what happens with most people, guys, is everybody's got the potential, but if you're not taking action, what's your potential going to be like? Nothing. And if you got no potential, what's your belief like? And if your belief isn't good, how do you think your results are going to be? And everybody knows if you're not getting results, how much action do you want to take? It's not fun when you're not getting results, so you don't take any action. The less action you take, what's the potential of you making money? None. So, I love doing this, and Bob Klein's worked with me at other companies before, and I remember when I was wide open in momentum mode, and I was teaching Amy, my beautiful fiance, how to do this. And we were running ads in newspapers, we were talking to everybody we knew, and people would come to me all the time and knock on the office and go, hey, Robert, listen, I need some help, I need to ask some questions, I'm just not getting any results right now. And I go, awesome, no problem. Well, what's your numbers? What do you mean my numbers? Well, there's Amy's. And they'd look up on the board and they went, Amy's talked to 130 people this week? Yeah. And you guys got 60 people to come down to the office? Uh-huh. And this week you guys have signed up 30 people underneath her? Yep. So what's your numbers? Oh, well, I talked to like 3 people this week, and they all said no, so yeah, I didn't sign up anybody. And, also know as you're doing this, guys, that, you're gonna have a learning curve. I'm just here to tell each and every one of you, you're gonna have a learning curve. I love the training from Jim Rohn, is that he said it wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. He didn't have confidence. He didn't know that many people. He wasn't good at talking with people. But he said, I knew that I'd beat people because what I lacked in skills, I made up in effort. And I just knew my numbers. That I talked to 10 people, 9 would say no. That was my numbers. So if that's my numbers, I'll just talk to 10 times more people than Bob Klein, and I'll beat them. So I talk to 10, get 1, talk to 10, get 1, talk to 10, get 2. Whoa, I'm getting better. Talk to 10, get 2, talk to 10, get 2, talk to 10, get 3. Oh my gosh. And you guys have to understand, just like with unlimited profits, just like baseball. I love the analogy that if you're a baseball player and you bat a 300, that means that 3 times out of 10, that you step up to the plate, that you actually hit the ball and are able to run to the base. 3 times out of 10. You're a $1 million earner baseball player. I'm telling you, each and every one of you right now, if you can pique the interest of 10 people and get 3 to say yes to go back and watch those videos, just like Scott Kloster, just like Melody, you'll be making full-time income with unlimited profits so fast. But is it going to take a learning curve? Yes. This is one of the only downsides to this training, and I guess to unlimited profits, network marketing in general. You guys know what humans' #1 fear is in life? Yeah, I saw Rod say public speaking. Believe it or not, it's not. It's rejection. All public speaking is rejection on a massive scale. So now it's not Bob just said no, it's I stood up on stage and public speaking in front of 20 people and they all laughed and said no. That's like rejection on a massive scale. So it really is rejection. Doesn't matter if it's asking a girl aloud, if it's rejection from your parents, rejection from your kids, rejection from somebody else, and that's your human's #1 fear in life. And I'm telling you guys that you have to go out and get rejected. And I know that's scary. So how do you get over it? There's no way to get over it other than by doing. It truly is. It's like, and the more that you do it, the better you'll get at it, and the more that you'll overcome it. If anybody's seen me do live lead calls, when people reject me, I just laugh at them. I think it's funny. It's like, hey, do you know anybody that needs to make extra money? No. Wow, so you got more money than you can spend and everybody you know is a millionaire? Well, no. It's like, okay, whatever, right? So, or the way that I love explaining it is, and I'll give you two examples. One is, and I don't know how many people know this story, is when I finally got out of jail that last time. If you guys have all heard my story, I took a one-way plane ticket to Montana to learn from my father, this guru in the industry, going to teach me how to make millions of dollars. All my friends were stoner skaters and in and out of jail like me, so I really had no warm market whatsoever. My family all thought my dad's been in pyramid companies for the last 20 years, so they didn't want to get involved. So we jumped online, and my dad bought me 500 work from home business leads, just generic ones. And he said, listen, call them up. Ask them if they still want to make money from home. If they say yes, show them the video that I have recorded online. And if they like the overview, put them on the phone with me, and I'll answer their questions and help them get signed up. Awesome. That's all I got to do? I'm going to be a millionaire. I should have been doing this sooner. Now, does anybody want to guess how many of those 500 that I signed up? Yeah, David's heard me say this story. Zero. I was sitting there going, what, excuse my language, what the hell did I just get myself into? My dad told me he's going to teach me to be a millionaire, so sat here, called 500 leads. It took me, almost, a half a month or a month, to go through them all, and I got a bunch of people tell me no. Well, like I believe it was George Washington said, if you gave me an axe to cut down a tree, I'd spend 90% of my time cutting down 90% of my time sharpening the axe, and the other 10% of the time swinging, trying to cut down the tree. And see, what my father realized at the time that I didn't is that I was just getting better. I was practicing. I was handling rejection. I was getting over the fear of talking to people. I was just getting better and better and better. It's just like skating. The one thing that it blows me away still is that, when I do my live lead calls on Monday, the amount of people that just are just so afraid to reach out to people, it blows me away. So, you're a skater, and I go to the skate park, and it's like, wow, that's awesome. You guys are sliding on rails? Yeah, try it. All right. Jump on the handrail. Bam! Hit my knee. That hurt. Well, listen, man, you want to bend your knees, you want to lean forward, you did a couple things wrong. Well, I'll just sit here and watch you grind this rail. I could sit there for weeks, months. Still doesn't make me a skater. I got to jump on the handrail. I'm going to get hurt. That's just the way it goes. So, I hope this is kind of helping everybody as far as, what to be doing and how to go forward. And, just know that, you will get better at it. The more that you speak to people and the more that you build relationships with them, that's the fundamental of life, ladies and gentlemen. It truly, truly is. I got a great story for you guys because I signed up a gentleman back in December as a pro. And the reason why he decided to jump in as a pro is he owned, I forget, it was a construction landscaping company or remodeling company, something like that. And he said that, October, November, December was the worst months he's ever had at his company. I mean, to the point where he didn't know if the business was going to last. So he said that he was doing everything he could. He hired his kids to go out door to door and pass out flyers. He was trying to get a loan from the bank so he could do advertising on radio and on the local television, news and the newspaper. And he was trying to figure out any way to drum up business, and it wasn't working. So he said, listen, I got to do this unlimited profits thing so I can just make some extra money to pay the bills. Well, long story short, back in December, it's been 3 months, and he still has yet to sign up a pro. And I talked to him recently. He finally got back to me and goes, dude, listen, I'm so sorry. I really want to take more time to go through unlimited profits and promote this to people, but I can't even take any time off. He said, after I really started going through your father's mentorship, and he said, it just clicked with me. Wow, so it's all about building relationships so people know, like, and trust you. and they like and trust you so much that they actually love what you're doing, and they'll go out and tell other people about it. So I had a meeting with all my employees, and I said, listen, our number one goal now, is building a rapport with our customers. If anybody in here can't tell me the first and last name of every client we have, you're fired. You know, when we show up to the job site, our number one job is to show them how much we love them, how much we appreciate them. I want you to know what their dogs' names are. I want you to know why they're doing a remodeling and what for. I want you to know everything about these people. I want them to make, when you come into their house, feel like family. Because he realized that's one thing that sucks about doing remodeling and contracting. You got a bunch of strangers walking around your house, walking around your place of business. Some construction guys are rude, right? It's uncomfortable. So let's make them comfortable. And he said that we did such a good job at that like 40% of their small customer base they had at the time actually scheduled a time to do another job. And then every one of them started talking so well about their company, and they started referring it to everybody they knew, that now 90 days later, he's got more jobs than they can handle, and he's actually got to hire more employees now. All because he took the training from Unlimited Profits and realized, wow, it's about giving, and it's about building relationships with people to get them to know, like, and trust you, so they'll refer you to other people as well. And once you master that, guys, the whole world opens up to you. You can do anything that you want. So that's my kind of quick, I guess, fast start training, how to get duplication. So what I want to do is now is really just open it up to everybody. If you guys got any questions about what I said, not sure about what to be doing, but you know, really the fundamental is just talking to new people every day and building rapport with them. And I'll do and I could do this real quick if you wanted, but I mean, never mind. On Facebook, I mean, there's millions and millions of people for you to talk to. Millions. There shouldn't be a shortage of for you not to be able to reach out to people, whether it's people that like the book Think and Grow Rich, or like the movie The Secret, or like Jim Rohn, or Zig Ziglar, or Les Brown, or they're in another network marketing company. What do you love to do? What's your hobbies? You know, I remember talking to a lady one time, and she goes, well, I just don't know who to talk to on Facebook. And I said, well, listen, tell me a little bit about yourself. She goes, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom. My husband lost his job. And, you know, thank God he got another job, but it's definitely not enough to cover the bills. So I got to find out a way, you know, to make extra money without having to go get a job and put my kids in daycare. And I said, wow, so you're a stay-at-home mom. The family's struggling a little bit financially, so you need to make extra money. Yeah, and I go, that's a tough one. I don't think there's anybody on Facebook that can relate with you. Probably millions of people, women that can relate with her. I bet, and she did it. She Googled stay-at-home moms, and there was like 20, 30 different Facebook groups with tens of thousands of women in there that were nothing but stay-at-home moms. She started going through, hi, I'm a stay-at-home mom too. I just wanted to introduce myself. You know, how are things going? It's kind of struggling for me right now because we need to make extra money, and I don't want to be I don't want to get a job. I love being a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, me too. Well, listen, maybe you can do me a favor. Do you know anybody that needs to make extra money? Is this clicking with you guys? Yeah, hey, Bob, I saw that you like the book Think and Grow Rich. One of my favorite books, man. Can we be friends? You know, hey, Paul, how you doing? I saw that, you know, you're a Christian. So am I. Can we be friends? I like networking with people. You know, hey, David, I saw that you like the Lakers, man. I love the Lakers. Find something common that you can talk about. And don't pitch them, please. And don't give a bunch of facts. More you can tell stories. Oh, my gosh, I went through this training and it did this. Oh, my gosh, I heard this story about Hendra and it did this. Oh, my gosh, I heard this story about Randy. I heard this story about, you know, Scott. Because when you become a very good storyteller, your whole life will change. So with that said, I want to open it up for everybody to ask me anything that you don't understand or kind of holding you back. Rod said, do I do it primarily through private messages? No. No, well, oh, you're saying when I'm saying reaching out to people? Yeah, but the soonest that you can get somebody on a Google Hangout or talk to them is, I think if, when I'm building a relationship with somebody, if I feel like there's a good connection there, I say, well, hey, listen, this is taking forever to, type out. Why don't we jump on a Google Hangout so I can get to know you better? Yeah, or, predominantly through private message, but when I said no, is what I mean is that you don't have to only do it through private messages. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different ways to reach out to people. I call my friends or call my network all the time just up on the phone. So, Bob, is there anything you want to add or want me to touch base on?
If anyone has a question, if you raise your hand so we can make sure we get you unmuted, that would be a good idea. And looking across, don't anyone take this personal. I don't mean it that way, but they say that birds of a feather flock together, and in the group of us here that I see, George and Dave and John and Paul and even you, Robert Jr. and Rod. I don't know Susan well enough, but most of us are analytical people. We tend to get bogged down in the details, and the idea of telling stories, that's sort of a squishy thing. My question would be, how do we make that transition to get out of being hung up on facts and figures and like you said, fact. How do we get away from that if we're analytical?
Just got to practice and tell stories. Stories will get away from that, and you guys got to realize that most people, there's not that many analytical people that will make a decision right away. So for the analytical people, let them go back there and go through the videos. Let them go through the company overview. Let them look at the compensation plan overview. Get away from that as much as you can. Or facts tell, stories sell, and edify somebody else. Like I said, well, listen, that's a great question, but I don't know. You got to talk to Robert. You got to talk to Bob. They can explain the comp plan to you. But for the analytical people, let them, the analytical people will be the ones that you'll see go in the back office, and they'll go through 10 days of the daily training in like 2 days. Why? Because they want to learn everything.
Been there, done that.
Yep. But I'm telling you, facts won't get you anywhere. People, it's only, 15% of decision making relies on facts. 15%. The other 85%.
It's emotion.
For emotion. People do things because of emotion. You do things for your family, you do things for your kid because of emotion, because it makes you feel good, because you want to help somebody, not because of the facts. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yep.
Yeah, but people get so caught up on the facts that that the people just get distracted with it. So that's why I always love saying stories. You guys can ask me any analytical question, and I can have a story to combat with that. Can we use... Yeah, absolutely. Rod's asking, can we use me as an expert from afar for people your guys' age? Absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, they may or may not relate with me, but that's what's cool is Bob's on here as well. Oh, people your age. Yeah. Can we use you? Yeah, you can use, I don't care if you get Obama on a hangout. I'll talk to him. I don't care if they're 16 years old or they're 80 years old, man. Get them on a hangout with me. I love talking to everybody. So I can't, you might have to unmute yourself.
Is there an age limit to people studying in Success in Minutes?
On a technical side, they just need to have their parents' consent. You know what I mean? And they could even sign up underneath somebody else's name. But yeah, we've got a 5-year-old that's in the company right now. So cool. Any other questions?
My question is gearing around the story. If I, let's say I like log cabins and I sign on to the log cabin group, and it's, got 1 million people in the group, how do I get started to pique the interest of somebody when I'm in a new group and I don't know a soul there?
Yeah, it's just reaching out to people and just starting a conversation. You know what I mean? So if I was going to reach out to you, I could just say, hey, David, my name's Robert. I just absolutely love log cabins and wanted to start networking with some people like yourself. Do you mind if I send you a friend's request? Okay. Sure. Well, hey, David, if you don't mind me asking, what got you into log cabins?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I love them. I love the old history of them.
Awesome. And how long have you been doing stuff like this? Has it just been a passion your whole life, or just something that you recently got into?
About 20 plus years.
20 plus years ago. Awesome. Do you own any log cabins?
Not yet.
Not yet. Awesome. Well, I hope to be buying one soon, and I'm actually I'm making money online so I can save up to buy a log cabin. Hey, maybe you could do me a huge personal favor.
Yep, I got you.
Yeah, do you know anybody that needs to make extra money, maybe to help save up for a log cabin? See how quick that can happen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did that with even like a lady that Barb was her name, and she came on, and how some people have their picture up there is a picture of a Christian fish. She goes, I don't know who to talk to. I don't know how to pique interest with people. And I said, listen, Barb, let's act like for a second right now we don't know each other. And she goes, okay. And I said, hi, Barb, my name's Robert. I noticed that your logo was your profile pic was a Christian fish, and I'm a Christian as well. I love helping people. Do you mind if we be friends? Sure. Awesome. Well. So listen. So so you are a Christian? Yeah, I'm a Christian. And I said, so what kind of church do you go to? She goes, a non-denominational. And I go, awesome. Is it a big church or is it like a smaller community church? She goes, no, it's a big church, almost too big in my opinion. And I said, man, that's funny. I love big churches just because of the energy and the excitement, and oh my gosh, when you do worship music, it's so fun. Do you guys have like a band and stuff? She goes, yeah, we got a really awesome band. I guess it is pretty cool for that aspect. And I go, so do you do any volunteering, or do you participate at all there? She goes, I have, but I probably should do more. And I go, awesome. So do you have like a lot of friends and people you know at the church? She goes, yeah, I know a lot of people that go to the church. And I said, well, wow, well, maybe you can help me out with a huge personal favor. She goes, why? What's that? And I said, do you know anybody at your church that needs to make extra money? And she goes, well, I could, depending on what it is. And I said, listen, me and my father are Christians, and we just love giving and helping people. And what we do is we teach people how to make money online, and it's actually free to get started. So if you could help me, maybe you can refer me to some people that that need to make extra money. And here's the link. I know once you see it and see that that we love giving and helping people, that you can refer me to a lot of people. She goes, well, it's funny because I need to make extra money. Give me the link. Don't know how many Christians are on Facebook, or how many stay-at-home moms, or how many people that like log cabins, or even if you just look at network marketers in general. I mean, my gosh, Les Brown's got 500,000 people that like his fan page.
So which is the best link to give them?
I like giving them link 1 or link 2.
On the pro page, the links up at the top of the page.
Yeah, those links, or I also like to give like the one where my dad's driving in the Rolls Royce.
Yeah, that's one I used.
Yeah, so either the one that's in the Rolls Royce, but also know that that's kind of geared towards network marketers.
Right.
So a guy that I met on a log cabin site, or a Christian site, or a Lakers fan page, I like the one still, the best conversion, even when people just do internet marketing like driving traffic. the best converting video we have is my dad in the purple Challenger.
Yep. Okay. Still is, huh?
Yep. Yeah. Well, because imagine you don't know what network marketing is, and you've never done a home-based business, and then you click on a video and you see a guy driving a $300,000 car saying, "Listen, if you're not making 10 grand a month, you don't know what the hell you're doing." It's like, who the hell is this guy? The hell, right?
Yeah,
versus my dad.
I've had that response before.
Yeah. Versus my dad going, "Hey, my simple goal in life is I just love helping people." You know what I mean? And he's driving around a classic car, going, "Okay, this guy looks relatable." You know, I like the as far as if they're network marketers, I like the Rolls Royce video. If they're anybody else, I like the. I think it's link number 2 when he's in the where the busy background and that car's there. That's still the best converting page we have. Yeah. Or even here's another huge tip for you guys. If it is a networker, you know, once again, I said being a product of the product. The more you know those videos in the back office, it just gives you more arson or ammo. So imagine you're talking with somebody and it's like, well, listen, I've been in network marketing. I'm really struggling because, oh my gosh, you know, I struggled with that too. And I started going through my mentor's free training. And day 7 talks about that. Here, check this out and shoot them over. You know how you can click share on those daily trainings? Because now the first thing they see is a free training video. And they watch it and go, oh my gosh, that really helped me out. What's this thing fill your information out? You thought that video was good. There's like over 90 videos of this stuff for free if you fill out your information. No way. Okay. So you even start off the whole conversation by just giving them something.
Right.
You're saying that I saw that Jessica Higdon's thing for 300. Yeah, if you guys want, I know Hannah's on vacation right now. It's her birthday today, but she went through that whole thing and she's duplicating it herself for free right now.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of her Facebook, and they're really good.
Yeah,
she does a good job.
Yeah, you know, and there's a couple things too. I love watching her because you want to make sure that you know, your Facebook's presentable. You know what I mean? I remember a guy the other day. It was actually yesterday. He goes, "Well, I reached out and I messaged like 30 people the other day, and only 2 people responded to me." And I'm going, that doesn't even sound right. So, you know, and even too, going back to this. Because once you can't improve on what you can't measure. So if any of you guys come to me and go, well, I piqued the interest of 100 people. Awesome. And I got 5 leads. Oh, okay, you're doing something wrong, right? Let me see your screenshots of the messages that you have. Let me see the way that you're talking to people. But yeah, this guy goes, I talked to 30 people and nobody responded. And I go, what's your Facebook page? And I looked him up, and it's him, and he's got glasses on and a hat on, and you can tell he did a selfie in the car, and it really just looks like this. I'm like, wow, I wouldn't want to talk to you either. At least can you put a professional picture up? You know what I mean? And I clicked on his wall page, and a couple links down was, oh, the NSA, shots were fired at the NSA, it's a conspiracy, blah, blah, blah. And I go, yeah, once again, I wouldn't have responded. Put positive stuff on your Facebook. Don't vent on there. I know you guys probably don't have any of this, but, people my age, it's like, I just don't understand. I'm trying to reach out to people, and nobody gets back to me, and I click on their Facebook page, and, they got a bunch of pictures of them up in the club and drinking and, yeah, woo, picture of a marijuana leaf on their Facebook page. It's like, yeah, really, that looks professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing, too, is here's a tip for Facebook. I want any of you right now to go to my Facebook and try to sign up underneath me. Sure. And I see Rod trying to write right now. You can't. I do not post affiliate links anywhere ever. The only time I send out a lead capture page or an affiliate link is to somebody's private message after I've already asked them if it's okay. So you go to my page, I promote training videos, I promote events, I promote pictures and fun stuff. I don't promote my affiliate link unless I have a personal conversation with them and ask them if it's okay if I send it to them. So that's the other thing I see people do. It's like, hey, a bunch of training, click here. It's like, yeah, right. Because now imagine, hey, David, I saw that you like log cabins. I was wondering if we can be friends. Guy looks all right. Okay, let me see his page. A pretty decent picture. Scroll down. Click here, buy this. Click here, sign up for here. Click here, buy this. All right, yeah. So as soon as I respond to this guy, he's just gonna pitch me. Delete. No, thank you. So does that help with you guys? Because I know a lot of people do that as well.
Yeah, because that's a little different than what originally was trained, because we were originally told to take those training in the back and post them and post our link. And,
well, posting the trainings, yes.
Okay, well, that's the only thing I've done is posting the training.
Oh, then yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but just posting a landing page,
No.
Yeah, that's not going to get you any clicks.
No, because I've used the share to share the, after watching one of the, getting unstuck or whatever, and hit the share button. I've posted the blog. I posted the newsletter. All of which have my link on it.
Yeah. Well, that works. I wouldn't do it so often that that's all that comes up on your page.
Oh, yeah.
When you get the Jessica Higdon training, you can go to YouTube and just put in Jessica Higdon, and there's a lot of material that's just there for free. But she said that 80% of your posts need to be, or 70 to 80% need to be non-related to any kind of opportunity or anything personal. It's the know, like, and trust you stuff that she recommends that you post. And David Mooney, I want to just compliment you, and I've just seen you doing more and more and more of that. I was thinking this morning, it makes me think differently of you, even though you and I have been friends for many years. Just the kind of posts you've been posting, it gives such a different impression. So, the woman is brilliant when it comes to the Facebook marketing.
Yeah, she is.
Well, I think we ought to wrap it up. If somebody's got a burning question, you haven't had a chance to ask it, now would be a really good time. And for those of you that didn't make it on here that are watching this later, we did have some technical challenges in the beginning, and we'll do our best to include you if we do another one of these. But it's okay to share this. As a team, we don't steal from each other, as far as leads, and we're here to help each other, and there's no boundaries to that. We'll help anybody in Unlimited Profits. There's plenty to go around. As Robert Jr. said, there's millions of people on Facebook, and certainly us working together as a team will accomplish more helping one another than we will just trying to do our own thing. So thank you all for being on here. Is there any last-minute questions?
I have one question, Robert. If I'm on a PC or if I'm on a Mac, is there a video on how to start a Google Hangout?
There should be if you just go to YouTube. But I can show you guys. It's so easy. Hold on one second. I can show you guys real quick. It'll blow you away on how easy it is.
The two little dots?
Huh?
The two little quote marks and a green icon?
Oh, no. Here, I'll just show you guys real quickly. So you have to have, obviously, a Google Plus account. So can you guys see my Google Plus account?
Yeah.
Okay. Up here in the top right, you see that little button called Profile, and it brings a drop-down menu. Okay, you go to Hangouts, click on Hangout, and you can do one either on-air or off-air. Off-air, you just click this button right here, so it shows Google Hangouts on-air, video Hangout. So you click here, click Start Hangout, and a screen pops up, and all you got to do is copy and paste the link at the top and share it with people. Now, of course, it's not doing it right now because we're in one. If you want to do an on-air, you just click on the on-air, create on-air, give it a name, You can either do it now or later, and then you just set the time, hit share, and then it pops up on your Google Plus page. So instead of doing it, I'll show you on here. So here's one I did earlier. So what it'll do is just show up like this, and then you'll see a button right here in the bottom right that says Start. And then as soon as you start, all you do is a screen will come up, and then you just copy and paste the message that's at the top. So right now, like if you guys are just looking at this window, you see at the top where it says plus.google.com/hangouts, big random number.
Yep.
If you copy and paste that to anybody right now, and they click on it, then bam, they'll join right in.
Okay, could I make a suggestion?
Uh-huh.
I'd like to make a suggestion.
Okay.
Do what you just did in the video for all of us old folks and post it on Facebook so everybody knows how to do it.
Okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. If you just go to YouTube and say how to do Google Hangout, there's like 20, 30 different videos that'll pop up right away.
Okay.
Yep. But no, yeah, absolutely.
Robert, let me.
It's funny. Rob just posted there all about Hangouts.com. Did you ever figure out, Rod, your situation?
Yes, I did. As it turns out, I had some duplication of things. I had 2 pages, and it mixed it up. So I undid that, and it fixed it just fine. But I do have a quick question. When someone's doing a hangout, like right now, we're doing a hangout on air, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So how many? So you can only have 10 people. The moderator plus 9 for a total of 10. And then unlimited people watching it beyond that if it's a hangout on air. If it's just a hangout, it can only be the moderator plus 9, and that's it, correct?
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
And the reason for that is, it's just private. Sometimes you don't want everything that you're doing private.
Right.
Yeah.
But also it would be times where it would be nice to have it more people if you have a larger group, but maybe only have 1 plus the 9 that are on screen talking, but have multiple people viewing, but not have it recorded, so it would go away as well. But that's not possible.
Yeah, it is. Then as soon as Bob right now clicks Stop Hangout.
Yep. You just delete it.
Yeah, give it 2 minutes.
Okay.
It'll be uploaded on YouTube. He goes to YouTube and clicks Private or Unlisted or Delete.
Got it. All right. Perfect.
Yep.
Well, I want to thank you, Robert Jr. I've learned a great deal, and I took some notes in the chat window, but I've mentally got what I need to do. If it's got to be, it's up to me, and I know all of you feel that way. So thank you so much for taking the time. I know it's already getting close to the time when you need to get prepared for the broadcast tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And for those of you that are watching this, or you're going to have the link later, you can use this YouTube video. You can make this into a lead capture page if you want to. This is a long one. Okay, this is a long video to use for that, but you can do it if you want to. Or you can just share it on YouTube, back onto your Facebook page, however you want to do it. One quick thing that Robert Hollis taught me, Sr., was that if you do a YouTube video, make a YouTube video, or you're going to use a YouTube video, that in the description of the video or in your comment for someone else's video, if you want someone to see the link, like your affiliate link, or if you want them to go to whatever link you want them to go to, it has to be the very first thing before your description. And it has to start with the letters http://, and if you start the link that way, it will become a working link. So for those of you that are going to make videos and you want that that function, then you need to make the link that way, http, in that format. So God bless everyone. I'm really excited. I mean, super excited. Not just the geographic reach that this team has, but there are people in other companies on this team that feel that the training that Unlimited Profits offers is going to benefit their efforts in their primary businesses as well, and And we're all for that. We've never said that in unlimited profits that you were limited or restricted. However, when you compare compensation plans, which is up to them, they can make the decision very easily if they compare compensation plans that unlimited profit has a very, very lucrative compensation plan. So, we have plenty of abundance and plenty of people to go around. And if we are able to help them in another company with the training, just like Robert said with the contractor, then they're not going to forget where they got this, and it's going to benefit us and them in the long run. So thank you, Robert Jr. Thank you, team. I'm super excited. We got to go take a quick break and be on the pro training. So God bless everyone.
Thank you guys, and please, I can't help you unless you ask for help. You guys know how to find me and get a hold of me. So God bless, and can't wait to do some more hangouts with you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.